A lot of people, all they think about is getting a job. There's a lot more things in life. You don't have to get a job. You don't have to work for somebody else. You know, whoever you're working for, someone started that business, and you can be that person that starts a business and has employees under you, and you have people working for you. And you know, you could be in Hawaii laying out in the sun and you're making money.
Hello and welcome back to the Residual Royalty Academy. My voice might sound a little bit different, like it's coming from a different direction in this video. I do apologize if that happens, but hopefully it's all good. This is simply because I'm using a standing desk at the moment and I'm managing to get a lot more done. So if you're struggling with productivity, just try using a standing desk and see if that helps you out. But today we're going to be talking about why print on demand, and specifically KDP, is such a good business model and why it's one of my favorite business models that I've ever done. So I want to discuss three main benefits and a couple of downsides as well. So as you can see, number one is no customer service or direct contact with any customers or clients. So another common business model that you might see people talking about online is having a social media marketing agency. And what that kind of is basically running adverts for clients. That's usually like Facebook ads or Google ads or Instagram ads or something like that to help them grow their business. But this is a very client orientated business. So you're always got to be in contact with people. It's kind of like being being a seller on Fiverr. You're always going to have people asking for different things, asking for revisions. You're always kind of at the mercy of somebody else's demands. Well, that's the perception that I have of it anyway. Whereas with KDP, you never even have to talk to a customer. You never have to try and sell them something. You're just creating these really high quality books, uploading them to Amazon, doing some marketing, and then the sales come in, and that's how you get paid. You don't really need to be dealing with anybody at 3 a.m. You're not getting calls from anybody to tell you this and that. It's a very peaceful business model, let's put it that way. You know, you can be out in the jungle, you can be anywhere with an internet connection. No one's really going to bother you. You can just get on with making some books, doing some ads, and you're just making money wherever you may be in the world. So that's number one. Let's go on to number two now. I will just move this. So our product is free, or it's only paid for one time. So maybe you're paying for the cover, or you're paying for the interior to be made, or you're paying for like a long form book. Maybe it's a 30,000 word book, but you're only paying for that once. So what that does is really increases our profit margin. So you may have seen people doing sort of like Shopify dropshipping, and they're getting these big screenshots. You might have seen these on Instagram and ads, other places where they might make, $20,000 in a month, which, don't get me wrong, that's really, really incredible. But oftentimes, because they're having to pay for the product each time, let's say they're shipping it from China, every time they sell a product using an advert, so they're paying for the advert and the product. So I believe that the average profit on like a dropshipping store is like 10%, whereas with KDP it can be way more than 50%, because the books you're creating and uploading, you're either doing that for free or you're paying, a one-time fee to have the book made, and then after that you're only paying for some advertising, or maybe even the book sells organically. So that means the profit margin is really, really high in a KDP business model. So let me just remove this now. So let me just write this in here. So this gives high profit margins. Now, I don't want to throw any shade towards other business models like Shopify dropshipping, because you could argue that that's easier to scale to $100,000 a month, and then that 10% would still be $10,000 profit. So I'm not really saying that it's a bad business model. I'm just saying this is why I do like KDP, and I'm definitely not counting out that I would run a Shopify store in the future, because it's definitely something that I'm very interested in, and I know many people who do it, so I'm not dissing it in that way at all. So that's number two. So point number three, KDP is one of the most passive business models that I've ever encountered in my admittedly short time of being in online business. So before this, I was doing a bit of eBay dropshipping, which is where you sell something on eBay. It's like dropshipping. So you list things on eBay all the time, and then when it sells, you buy it in from another website at a cheaper price, and you take a cut in the middle. But that leaves a lot to do. You've got to do a lot of listing. You've got to do all these different things, and then as soon as the product sells, you've got to go onto the other website, manually send it to the person. You got to deal with people messaging you saying, "Oh, where's my delivery?" Like I say, with Amazon handling almost everything for us, and this kind of goes back to this point up here, number one. There's no contact with customers. There's no shipping to do. Amazon handles absolutely everything for us. So you can literally be out on the beach and you're making money.
And you could be in Hawaii laying out in the sun and you're making money.
It almost sounds too good, but genuinely, when I was in Bali, I could sit on the beach all day and my royalties will come in almost irregardless of whether I create any new books that day. Now, I'm not saying that you should get lazy. I'm not saying that at all. So that's point number 3. So that's really the 3 main benefits that I wanted to discuss in this video. Now, are there any downsides? Sure. I mean, every business has its downsides. So I think the first one is that the payout schedule is kind of long. So you'll probably know about this if you've been doing KDP for any length of time. So right now we're in November. So any books that I sell in November, I won't be paid those royalties not until the end of, let me grab this pen here. I won't be paid those at the end of this month. I won't be paid those at the end of December. Let me write this down. December, okay, you know what that means. So not December, I will be paid these royalties at the end of January, which is basically February the 1st. So you can see that's quite a while until you actually get the payout on the royalties. And then obviously the same story for December. All the books that I will sell in December will not be paid until the start of March. That'll be March the 1st. So that's the first kind of annoying thing about KDP. And so the second downside that I wanted to talk about at the end of this video now is just that the control is kind of external. We do own our own KDP accounts, but at the end of the day, they are on Amazon. So if Amazon.com, if Jeff Bezos decided he didn't want to run Amazon anymore, he just closed the whole thing down. There's not really anything we could do about that. And we would all lose our accounts basically. This would kind of be the counterpoint to number 2, where if you actually had your own website and you were selling things on there and you own the domain, you own kind of everything associated with that, then you kind of have a bit more control over what's going on. So that's really the 2 downsides, but I really believe the benefits outweigh the downsides, and this is definitely one of the best beginner business models to get started in. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please smash the like button, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to take your KDP business to the next level where you can earn $5,000, $10,000 per month, as you'll see on these screenshots here, then check the description for the link to the Royalty Accelerator course, and then I'll be able to help you scale your KDP business to absolutely crazy royalty numbers. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time you tune in to the Residual Royalty Academy.
They wanna count me out before